let's start this up. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 77 of the Collectin and Connectin podcast. Episode 77, dedicated to our boy Luka, to our Mavs lovers out there, King 3, Tork. Speaking of Tork, how do you feel to have an episode not being harassed by Chris Treaticus?
I don't know yet. I'm dealing with two Canadians. I don't know where this is going to go. I'm hoping that there's no bullying. I know that traditionally Canadians
nice people
are known to be mean people. But then again, I think it's more my PTSD regarding treats abuse, and I'll be okay. But I'm happy to be here. Very, very excited. A little nervous, quite honestly. Like, why am I flustered right now that Jake's on the show? Like, what's going on here?
Thank you.
Jake, that guy, finally got the internet, and we have him here. His debut. Jake,
yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it's good to be finally on.
Yes, finally, you've made it. Tell us,
how are you? How am I doing?
You got the internet. You must be great.
Oh, the only good thing that Elon Musk has ever done for me. So I guess cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. We are going to jump right into it. We saw your little Vince Carter impression.
The meme. It's great.
You went to the game. I went to the game. Tork, did you go to the game?
I was not at the game. I didn't get the memo.
We'll fly you up next time.
Strike one, guys. You guys are baseball fans, right? Up there in Toronto. So there's one strike. We were not going to be mean, and we're already kind of starting down that road of rubbing it in my face that I was not at the Jersey retirement night. No, I was not, but you guys were, and I would love to hear about it though, so I could live vicariously through y'all.
We got you.
All right. So where do we start? Basically, so Mac tweeted out that she wanted to go to it, and I was like, let me see what I can do. Let's see what my connections can pull in. Luckily, I have a friend who has a little bit of a sweet little deal there, so he's got a suite. We were able to go sit in the suite. It was sweet. Party bus down, and then party bus back, which got pretty interesting. I think Mac was slightly terrified meeting my friends.
They were a good time. I have some content of Jake that I plan to release one day.
Great. Ooh.
Yeah.
Almost cried about 4 times while Vince was doing the speech. Like, the actual meme, I teared up. I'm not even going to lie. When he walked out and he did the whole, this close to just bawling my eyes out.
The energy was unreal in there. Like, the whole stadium, just how long did we cheer for? It was it felt like forever, but it wasn't forever.
But they had that timer on that was 25 minutes, and I think we cheered for 20 of it.
Yeah, they went over their mark for sure on that one.
Oh, 100%. The only thing is they should have used the cup floor for Vince's retirement.
It was, that was a mistake. You need to contact someone with the Raps. I know you have the connections now, so.
Maybe I will. Masai!
Apparently so. He's just hooking people up with passes and, party buses and whatnot. That's the life right there. I'm jealous. But happy for y'all. At the same time, I actually really appreciate that he retired his jersey in Toronto, because I know that the fan base there has a tremendous amount of respect, and y'all know how to properly show your admiration for our sports heroes. And so shout out Toronto, Greater Toronto area for doing your thing.
GTA.
Much respect.
Yeah, it was immaculate vibes, guys.
One moment aside from the speech where Jake almost teared up, which would have been okay. I probably would have teared up, quite honestly. What's your favorite moment from that night?
Jake, lead us off.
That's a tough one, because the whole night was just an experience. Every moment seemed to flow into another moment, which is funny. But it was a real reel, if we're going to use TopShot talk.
Of course.
Only
yeah. Honestly, it was just the whole game. The whole environment was just the best basketball game I've ever been to live, by far.
And
energy must have been insane.
Yeah, true. At that point, Toronto had only we had 2 wins.
Yeah,
we got to see 1 of 2. So that was pretty nice.
we'll take it. Honestly, I think that night, like every moment was good. Like Jake said, it was a real, probably the best seeing the jersey actually get retired, seeing the banner go up.
Yeah, that was sick.
Unreal. And seeing Grady Dick live, because a moment from that night is now minted for all of you. So, like, that's kind of hype. That's the first game I've ever been at where a moment's actually been minted from the game. So I just want to put that out there. Grady Dick's metallic gold should be in everyone's account.
It's just a shame that the Dick Queen of TopShot isn't in the moment.
Exactly. They let me do, but Jake was hooked up in such a private area. I just wasn't captured on film.
I mean, they could have done a deep cut of like, just flash you in there, like just like with a smiley face was like, hey, like in the middle of like after Grady Dick hits a 3-point or something, and there you go, and then like number 1 on the leaderboard. You know
what? I'll talk to Reddy. He seems pretty good at the edits there. Maybe he can edit you into it.
Reddy's videos are epic. Oh my god, like Reddy.
They're so random.
Shout out Reddy. Very random, but they make me. I mean, they're hilarious. I mean,
they're so funny.
Creative. I mean, like genius. But yeah, shout out Reddy for that.
You're good yourself too, Tork. You gotta pat yourself on the back there too for that.
I don't know, but not the video editing. Not yet. Not yet. That's
I don't know. You always find the right song though.
That's my gift. The musical gift. Yeah, that's useless talent, as it were. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
I heard Tork's making an album cover of Treat a Kiss with a Mavs jersey on for his next song.
I'm coming down to Texas and I'm getting a feature.
Yep. Most definitely.
I had to bring that up. I mean, Treat with his songwriting, that is like the heart and soul of this community.
He needs a hip-hop album, though. Like, we got to get him away from country.
Away from country? You're not
No more jangly guitar. Yeah. We need hard beats. We're going to make him some trap beats. Give him some auto-tune, and can't wait.
It's going to be a different time.
I'm going to sneak into his house while he sleeps and give him a face tat. So he can really, like, enter his SoundCloud rapper era,
It's only right.
We laugh at it now, but this might very well save TopShot. I mean, like, you want to bring in the masses. That's what it is right there. Like the country song that worked for the local folk, if you will, us that were still involved in the TopShot. But no, we need to step it up another notch and continue this progression. And the only way to do that is, as Jake so eloquently pointed out, trap beats and autotune.
Yeah.
And Creedicus.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's like the whole combination, and then maybe he'll be so connected with TopShot we can get them as the audio in moments.
That's what we need the most, is like actual audio with the announcers. But I guess the problem therein lies is what broadcast do you use?
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, the broadcasting rights is the complex issue. Because I've always kind of wanted that component to a TopShot moment, or a remix, if you will, or anybody else narrating the moment for that matter. I don't know, man. I would kind of like to have Treaticus like as pack opening music. If you're selecting your fast break moment, you just hit autofill, and it's his new ditty. He's writing a song, guys, about, I don't know if you knew this, but he is writing a song about autofilling a hole in his soul with this fast break lineup. He's beating me autofilling. It's crazy, isn't it? What is vinyl? So his vinyls, I feel like vinyls is laughing at us more often than not. Like I've lost by one, like way more often than my liking. But so while I'm thinking he's laughing at us, what if he's like, hey, wait a minute, guys, I got an algorithm thing I built in the back door, and it's called autofill. And all you have to do is hit autofill, and I will just put the players in that you need. You don't even have to select anything. I got you. That would be very marish of him.
I mean, it's just his duties, right? Who needs to save Brian when you have TopShot?
Next election, that'll be his whole platform.
Yeah.
Oh, elections. So much fun, right, Tork?
I love it. It's my favorite. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Speaking of wonderful, you guys are both number one on a couple of individual leaderboards. I know the Grady Queen. We're not going to do that, Jake. Everybody likes to go the last name route. We're not doing that. But Mr. Gary Trent Jr., we've conquered that. We've defeated Moises. Respect to Moises.
God damn, it's about time.
But yeah, it is about time. But hey, so Gary Trent Jr. Fridays, you've been doing that for a little while.
Finally retired it.
What started, like, also, like, I just want to kind of talk about your altruism in general. And like, you're not giving moments by TopShot. You're just gifting stuff out. Like every week you seem to be giving stuff away. Why are you doing that? Like, what's your deal?
So started out when I first like kind of joined the TopShot Twitter community, because like I came from another Twitter community with like another account that just became very toxic and like just bad. I talked a lot of hockey, so you can only imagine. But no one ever did anything like that. But then when I noticed like the TopShot community, there was always somebody doing like some kind of giveaway. And sometimes, there was like a deeper like thing behind it. Like they wanted to pump like a product or something like that. With me, it was just so awesome to see how everybody like just interacted with them. And I kind of just got hooked on it, to be honest. Like, I remember I did a giveaway for 5 or 6 just commons in S2, and it's still probably my biggest just from retweeting. But that was, the hype of S2. And then we got into S3, kept doing it, and then it just spiraled into every Friday thing.
Just
So
like went off.
No ulterior motive whatsoever. You're just doing it because you're just a nice guy. Like nobody does that, is what I'm confused, because the space is very griftery. There's a lot of predatorial behavior, and yeah, it's very refreshing. Like, I mean, I've always appreciated that. I mean, you always seem like a very genuine dude, and I think people like we sit here and we joke, and that's great. But I mean, like, dude, I want to emphasize the point. Like, if y'all have not interacted with Jay, like, it's a very, very, very solid individual. I mean, look at what he's doing right now. I mean, like, he probably pulling up Canada's finest. I mean, like, and living the good life and behaving.
And that's just it. Like, I've been very lucky in my life, and it's just like spreading that luck too, right? Like, give some other people some opportunity they might not have.
Yeah, you just want to like bring the joy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Thing. We're just like, let's all be happy, eh?
Like, I'm pretty sure I got our boy Raycon addicted.
Why do you say that? What'd you do? Because of your giveaways, you mean?
Yeah, like I swear, there was like a solid 6 months there. He must have had like me as like the notification on his phone, because like I would start a giveaway, first to retweet it, like right there, like within seconds sometimes.
He was determined. He's gonna win one.
He's won a fair chunk now in his time.
Because like you are so generous. You are handing out moments you don't even own. You own like
no. I'm real bad for that. Like, I'll buy a moment to give it away, and I'm like, shoot, like I don't have this. Oh well.
And just hands it off to the community.
Yep.
You're serving to this community. You're doing the mayor duties. Maybe you should be mayor of TopShot.
I don't know. I swear a little too much for that.
It's okay. You have to be over 18 to make an account. Over 18. That's
actually, now that you say that, is one of the moves I want TopShot to try and make, to try and target more of a younger audience, like not like anything below like 12, but I was thinking like maybe even like 14 to 16 age group. Start like in there, because like you've hit every demographic now, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like close to it.
I mean, we got the old boy Treaticus, like.
What's our mean though? Like 30 to 45, I'm gonna guess.
They did release those numbers. I believe it was in S3, and I think the majority of the time, at that time, the most users were like 28 to 40.
Yeah, I feel like that lines up.
And it's, I'm sure you've noticed, mostly men.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. You need to go on your girls' nights and start spreading the TopShot love.
Yo, I have a friend addicted to ripping packs.
There we go. That's a start.
Hooked. So like, and I brought her to games before. So like, maybe this is a beginning, but a lot of them are like, what is this nonsense? And that's the problem.
People just got to get. It's the whole like I can't hold it in my hand. I think that's the biggest fight with like a lot of collectors.
But
right?
now you can. I know you just won a crypto card slab.
Exactly, and I cannot wait for that to come in because I am going to be showing that off to everybody.
Like, set up at work, have people walk by it. They have to look at it for 30 seconds before they clock in. You could seriously, you have to see things 8 times. So if everyone at your work is forced to see this for 8 times, we could have new TopShot users grow by the masses.
Maybe that's what I'll do. Right by the punch clock.
Yeah. It's like mandatory. I'll give you overtime if you look at it.
Okay. I'll try that. We'll try.
Full of ideas. But see, the thing is once people get an experience or see the real life utility, I feel like people get interested in TopShot, at least from what I've noticed.
You're kind of the pro at the utility, and like I would never have really realized that I could even like loan moments on floaty if it wasn't for you.
Oh, floaty. I get chills thinking of it.
I know.
That is that's my safe space. Yeah, because everything's starting, I don't know how to describe it. Like there's so many avenues with your moments, but people don't realize it until someone they know puts it in layman terms. Like
exactly
confusing until someone actually explains it to you in a way that like is simplified, and then people want to like get into it and jump on it. Same with renting.
Yeah, I really got to jump into that. What about you, Tork? Do you loan moments?
I think I barely caught the end of that last question. Were you asking me about loaning moments? I've got audio issues over here.
Yeah, I was just saying, do you do any of the loans yet?
Nope. I told Mac about a month ago I was going to get into it, and now I've been made into a liar by my own word. And
oh, don't worry, I've been saying it for like 3 months now, so you're good.
Yeah.
It's my own fault. It has nothing to do with anything other than myself. Like I understand the ecosystem. I just don't get on there and put them up for like. I think I'm afraid of probably defaulting on something and losing a moment. I don't understand like what the passive aggressive part of it I get, but I don't know. I feel like I just stake some floaty or otherwise or flow and make the same amount of passive income. Am I wrong, Matt?
It depends on how much flow we're talking.
A truckload.
Not enough.
A truckload. It's like,
but I know you. But I know you're big into it, and I know it's got to be worth time. Otherwise, you wouldn't waste your time, and otherwise, people like Mamba wouldn't waste his time. And so it's very addicting. And I do a lot more funding than I do borrowing, but I do borrow here and there if I want to secure a grail quick, and that's what I love about it. You need like a smooth $100, $200. Throw a moment up for loan, and as long as the moment's desirable, people are on it. And I tell people when they fund mine, you got 100% guarantee payback because I'm not letting any of my moments go. So like, why not earn $5, $10, $15 off me? And like, I'll hit you with the link. Like,
well, that's American too. So that's like more like $120 Canadian, right? Like,
yeah. Look at that. You can come up to Canada, it's worth more.
There you go. I like
Save it for your trip up here.
Do you notice more just general loans? Well, I mean, I guess. Never mind. I think I answered my own question. I was going to ask if, like, the nature of the loan, if somebody's renting it for fast break, for example, or otherwise, or is that just? I'm just curious to see if there's something that's more enticing to other folks for loan purposes versus others.
I loan like I go for people who have grails or things that are enticing for fast break, like you said. So like a player who I know, like I got an Anthony Davis Lego off a loan. That's huge for fast break. Great default. I go for those things, but I do my research on the market. I check out the price.
And my whole theory is, am I willing to pay that? Like, would I pay $150 on an offer for that moment? If the answer is no, I'm not funding it. Because at the end of the day, if it defaults, that's what you pay. But
That makes sense.
yeah, like sometimes I will fund things that if it defaulted, I'd be like so upset about, but I know the person will guarantee pay me back. So I take the risk on it because I'm Canadian. I trust people. But I don't know if that's a good theory, guys. Maybe that one should be trusted and put out there, but
one of the many admirable qualities of Canadians that I'm aware of. You guys represent Canada to me. Like I'm from Texas, and so like I don't know a whole lot of Canadians. I know Letterkenny, and that's about the extent of it. Jake and I have talked extensively about this and whether or not this is accurate. But I'm curious about other things like Canadiana. Is that like we have Americana like down here? Is that a word up there? Canadiana? No. Am I
not so much like I can't place the like proper word, but yeah, we do have basically that. Like there is like this whole like aspect of like being a Canadian. Like I don't know, like it's hard to like Americana seems so much more pronounced. Like we're a little bit more like close to the chest with ours, where you guys are like, yeah.
That's pretty solid. Yeah. I would agree with that. Although you Jake, you're kind of like you tend to buck the system, tend to be a little I don't know. Some might call it headstrong. So, I mean, no. Mac, I don't know if you're familiar, but there's a really pretty amazing Canadian band. I think they're Trapped is the name with 2 A's, right? Yep, there you go. And Jake, you're known for kind of letting them know your feelings on the social media. Can you refresh my memory on that? Like, what do you start beef on social media with Canadian rock bands other than Nickelback?
I start beef with anybody I can. No, Trap was honestly really the beef started because it was over COVID times and we were on lockdown, right? So I was like, I'm kind of bored. And they were tweeting out like, we're going to have these big shows. And I'm like, we're on lockdown. And when's the last time you've even played to 15 people? And then that started like the argument.
Argument with who, though? Argument with who?
The lead singer.
This was not like a fan page. This was
this was the actual lead singer. He got really mad at me. We started arguing. And then I made the joke. I was like, you're really headstrong about this. And then that was the instant. Oops.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, is wild so much. Like that's it.
That's it right there.
What did I tweet the other day to somebody? It was like, we have the appearance and like we're nice as shit, but like if you let us, we will absolutely rock you. Like never piss off a Canadian.
Who was it that got out of line up there? Was it Rick Ross's people with Drake's people? And then everybody was all cool at first, and then they started some shit, and Drake's people.
Drake's got beef with everybody. Like,
who doesn't?
Like, who doesn't Drake have beef with at this like point?
That's fair.
Like,
not emblematic of all Canadians. But
he was at the game.
Don't start, none won't be none.
He was at the game.
Yes, he was at the game.
I told Jake I didn't think he was going to be there, but he was.
I told you, every game I go to, he's there.
And every game I go to, he's not. So I was like, no way in hell.
Drake's following him,
Yeah, I was like, this isn't happening. But I also go to games and they win, and Jake doesn't have that good of luck.
No.
He's seen very few wins live.
Also, my jersey curse. Sorry, because that means Dick's probably off the team, Barnes is off the team, and Barrett.
No, we're not doing that.
If history has told me anything, if I buy a jersey of a player, they're not on the team in like 2 or 3 years. Case in point, Gary Trent Jr.
Have you considered buying a Jason Tatum jersey and just rocking Treat's world?
Gross.
They'd probably win 5 championships because I'm buying it to like spite Treat, and then it would just reverse play into like them winning even more, becoming like the biggest dynasty ever.
Let's not do that. Let's not go there. But show us your jersey you got on today. Who you repping?
RJ Barrett.
I heard a little rumor that he's your new stack.
He's my new stack. I don't know still what moment I'm stacking. I'm still debating on his debut or the fresh threads because that's his first moment as a Raptor.
You're not waiting for a legendary?
Stack a Legio?
Legendaries.
Like, let's go hard.
Look at the whale over here, Jake.
I'm a minnow in a pond.
I might be able to, but like the way he's been playing, the price has gone up. So like, we'll think about it.
He's
I'm
looking
in deep
phenomenal,
thought.
though.
What?
He's looking phenomenal out there.
I thought when like last night with Scotty coming back, I was kind of like, oh, it might affect his numbers. You might see a little bit more like scoring, but I think his assist numbers aren't going to be there. He's doing good.
He's doing great.
Also, Goggles Scotty. We needed that moment.
Yo, they should give those out. Like, remember Blue Jays? They gave out Jansen's glasses.
I wish I would have got to that game. We can't speak of Blue Jays around Tork.
Oh, it's gonna upset him.
See, I come
He's a
back right on
Rangers
that.
fan.
You notice how notice how the video gets fixed all of a sudden as soon as you mention the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is up with the hatred towards the Blue Jays?
We're switching to baseball.
Canadian team.
It's
He's a Rangers fan.
About these days and the playoff battles, and they were like, I'm trying to remember what precipitate. Like, there was a lot of animosity and a lot of stuff getting thrown on the field.
The backflip. That entire inning was insane.
It was. And then a year later, was that when Odor did his thing?
Yes, that was a year later. It wasn't even a full year.
Beat my chest over that. It's just an interesting point in the storyline that it happened after, not before.
You love to use that against me every chance you get.
That's all I have.
Yeah. You guys got a World Series.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
After that, the whole Joey Bats thing, that was when we went on to play the Cardinals a year or two later, and we lost. It was just it was a bad time. But finally got over the hump. Bad year this year, but
Hey,
we get it.
We have bad years almost every year.
This year,
that's every sports team every year if you're not the champion.
Yeah, try being a Leafs fan.
Oof.
Is that a different kind of pain?
Yeah.
Some next level pain.
That's generational pain.
You put that
like
on
Red Sox pain, like passed down.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there are people I know, like, let's like my dad, for instance. He was, I think, 1 year old the last time the Leafs won the Cup. That's almost 60 years ago now. So I've just heard like my entire life, they'll never win a Cup, they'll never win another one as long as I'm alive. That gets passed down. You watch it, and it's in your back of your head. You're like, they're not going to win. They're never going to win. That's how I felt about the Raptors for a long time. And then 2019 happened, and that's a bit of a blur. Not going to lie. I got a little excited in a lot of the bars. So some of the games I can't quite remember.
But you had fun.
I had fun. I cried, apparently, when we won. I don't remember that.
I don't blame you, though.
What's the general feeling surrounding Kawhi in Toronto? In Toronto, you don't pronounce the first O, I believe, right? Toronto. Okay, thank you.
Toronto.
But is it like a hey, we thank you, we appreciate it, or we're mad that you left?
There's a bit of both. I think most people at first were mad that he left, and as time heals all wounds. They're kind of like more or less now, especially with all his injuries stuff that's going on. It's kind of like, thank you for what you did. Because really, would you even be here still as you if you had stayed?
It would have been just riding the injury.
And then, like, are we in the spot we are with our young core if we keep Kawhi? No. I truly believe, like, we miss out on Scotty. We probably miss out on Dick.
Can't miss out on Dick.
And that's an educated take from an educated, well played, educated Canadian fan. As far as understanding the cycle of life in the NBA, I mean, like you're right, and I think it's pretty freaking amazing that he didn't get injured to the point where he was able to bring y'all a title. I mean, like that San Antonio got rid of him for a reason. Like they knew, they knew what was up.
Well, the drama that was coming with him in San Antonio too, like that was my main concern when we picked him up. I was like, is this drama really going to follow us? Thankfully, it didn't. So I'm on the side of like, thank you for what you did, but I'm glad you're gone.
In his defense, he did not want to come to Toronto. He made it very clear that he wanted to go home to LA. So I feel like holding it against him for leaving Toronto, like it's not really fair. My concern was that we got rid of a guy who loved our team for a guy who made it clear that he didn't want to be in Toronto. So when that trade went down, I was not happy. I love the outcome, but I still miss DeMar. I like DeMar, but I don't think he would have brought us a championship.
We had to sacrifice the golden sun in order to get the golden goal.
The whole thing was if it went south, we lost a guy who loved the city, then we lost the guy we traded for, and we went home crying.
I think an underappreciated piece of that year too is Marc Gasol. We don't win without Marc Gasol.
Yep, 100%.
We don't win that Philly series without him. Like, I know the shot and everything, but like the way that he was able to kind of shut Embiid down was huge.
Huge.
I'm with you. I agree. Wax too romantic about the whole situation, but maybe it's just one of those occasions where it was just a perfect mix and everything came together, and it was just right. It was right for Kawhi. It was right for Marc Gasol. It was right for the GM who made all the moves at the right time, and it just came together and it worked. And
that's exactly what it was.
Injuries on Golden State too.
That played a big part.
I hate KD. We all know that.
Gotta acknowledge it.
Yeah. I want him to hear this podcast so that he comes on one day as a guest and has beef with me and then we take off. There's a whole goal behind it.
You know how close he could have been? Like, I still believe KD came close to being a Raptor.
I think that would have been the time where I didn't even support my home team. I think I would have been so disgusted, Jake. I don't know if I could have handled it.
Well, I'm telling you, if we ever get him, I'm getting a jersey.
I have a question.
Will be nauseous.
Yeah. I have a question. Why am I just now finding out about your KD hatred?
You hear me before about my KD hatred? I went on a rampage.
I kid you not. It's the first time ever. What did he do to you?
With Rich DMC when he was on our pod, and I was discussing about.
You're beefing with Rich?
I'm not beefing with him. I'm beefing.
Oh, come on!
I hate KD and Draymond Green. They're my two hated players in the league for multiple reasons. And KD,
so you really hate Golden State.
2019 championship.
But is it KD or is it Golden State?
KD, the way he spoke about Toronto during all that final shit, and then he gets injured. And Toronto is all
hype. My memory. What did he say?
He called us shitty fans because we booed him when he got injured.
After he taunted us all week about coming back.
Did y'all boo him when he got injured?
Yeah, he deserved it. Kind of. It was a little rough.
We're not the nicest Canadians.
Is it not a fair assessment? I'm not saying, like, I'm not telling you that you're not allowed to hate KD, but is it not fair then if he's like, hey, you guys booed me when I got hurt and you guys are shitty fans for that? And you're like, yeah, we booed him.
But he taunted us all week, being like, I'm gonna come back, shattering the Raptors, and all his like press talk, and then he gets hurt and he's gone. And I was like, deuces, buddy. Maybe karma spoke for itself. I'll leave that for other folks to decide.
I'll take this one.
He
was killing us. Before he got injured, I was watching that game, and I'm going, oh no, he's killing us. If he stayed in that series, Golden State wins. He's a Raptors killer. Always has been.
I just don't like him.
I just want to make sure we're not dealing with the Rick James couch situation where it's like, hey, I didn't put my muddy boots on his couch, and they rewind the tape and it's like, yeah, I put my boots on his couch. Whatever. Anyway.
That is a classic.
It's okay. Like, this is all part of being a sports fan, and you can hate. He talked his shit, and guess what? got hurt because of it. Maybe not because of it, but other forces. But either way, once again, going back to the fact that everything was right where it was supposed to be when you guys won your championship. There you go. Here's the Schrodinger's cat situation for you, Mac. If you wouldn't have said anything, would you have been okay with KD? And would you have stayed healthy? And would the outcome have been different? We don't know.
Well, see, I don't know.
Oh, I know.
I wouldn't hate him. I can confirm that. But that would come with that would come. We know that one. But I wouldn't hate the guy. So
I still think if he comes to the Raptors, you don't hate him.
Hate's a very strong word.
Yeah, you just don't like on-court Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
For a various number of reasons. His basketball persona. Fair
game. Like, I don't like him enough that, like, I wouldn't say it's a hatred. It's just.
Do you follow him on Twitter?
No.
You need to follow him on Twitter.
He can follow me first, and then I'll hit him with a follow back. That's your next mission, Jake. You want to start beef with someone?
All right. I'm not going to start beef with KD. He's the one fucking NBA player that's going to tweet back, and then I'm going to get all his stands at me. I'm no.
Yeah, cuidado. You know those yellow signs on the floor that warn you. They're like, cuidado, piso mojado. Like, it's a wet floor, man. Slippery slope, bro. Be careful.
You gotta watch
Kevin
yourself.
Durant.
I remember, like, we came so close. Like, if Kawhi had, like, sorry to switch back to Kawhi, it's just popped in my head. Do you remember hearing that if Kawhi had stayed, we were going to make a push for Westbrook and Paul George?
I do not remember that.
Yeah.
But I don't like that.
At the time, because if you guys don't know, I'm also a huge Westbrook guy. Like, Brody, that's my guy. And PG, I was super high on until full broken leg when the Olympics tryout, like, practices, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So after that happened, I was like, ooh. But, like, at one point, I can remember telling people that I thought Paul George was the next LeBron.
How do you feel about that statement now?
Oh, Mr. Podcast Pete? No, thank you.
No.
He was the one who leaked the Philly stuff. You can't, like, nobody can tell me different.
You think he was a leak?
He was going to leak it on his fucking podcast, like, the day after.
I thought maybe Maxie was being bold and said it and then leaked it.
Not my boy Maxie. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but who's leaking it to PG then? Or wait, because I thought he wasn't in the meeting though, or was he? Because he was injured.
I'm not sure if he was in the meeting or not, but Embiid probably went and was like, "Hey, brother, I'm sad. Maxie yelled at me."
Maybe Embiid told him to show up late, and he missed that part.
That was the worst Embiid impression. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for that.
I thought I wasn't sure where Jake went for a second because I thought Joel Embiid was right there.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I turned into a 7-foot Cameroonian.
Yes.
And sniffed your butt during free throws.
Cameroonian French American.
Wait, no, I would have flopped on the floor if that happened, though.
Jake goes right out of his chair.
Took a charge.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, I mean, that's how he hurt his back originally, right? Back at Kansas when he had all those back problems, it's because he was flopping all the time.
Yeah.
That's what people don't. I mean, people forget that, but it's okay. That's what I'm here for. Supplement the knowledge.
You're always here for the knowledge. College days, call Tork.
We need to get down to a college game. That's what I need to see.
Yep.
What team? What team do you like for college?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna. Oh no.
Yes.
Crap.
Yeah.
I'll expose it if you don't.
Well, it's Duke.
He's
What's
a
wrong with
Duke
that?
guy. I don't know. He doesn't love it, but I don't see the complete problem.
Okay, because like if you know me, I'm like anti-Yankees, like good teams and development and like everything. Why the hell do I like Duke? Why was 12-year-old Jake being like, hey, you know what? That's the team I'm going for college.
First Duke player that comes to mind.
JJ Redick.
Who?
JJ Redick.
All right, that's better than Christian Laettner or somebody, so that's okay. That's fine.
Whoa! Now, have you seen the 30 for 30?
Which one?
The Christian Laettner one.
Yes. I I don't know if I ever told you this story, but there was the NCAA Final Four back when Loyola Chicago, and they had Sister Jean was there, and Christian Laettner was doing a meet and greet at the Fan Deal, and I went up to meet him, and he was very cordial, and and I asked him to reenact the photo of him stepping on. I was like, "Hey man, if I lay on the ground, will you just like put your foot on?" And he didn't even give me like he didn't even like laugh. Like there was no like, "Hey, I think that's kind of funny." No, I'm not.
Just like a cold look.
Get out of here, like dude. Like who the f- are you? And that's cool, man. I would probably reacted the same, but yeah, I had to ask.
Oh no, I would have been laid down. I would have been taking that photo with everybody who asked me because it's too funny. Like you gotta lean into that more.
You gotta own it. Like why not own it?
Yeah, like Randy Johnson killing the bird. Own it.
Thank you.
Just own it. I love Randy Johnson. We're getting really off top. We're getting back to baseball a lot here.
I mean, you know what? We're gonna pull some baseball fans into this episode. Maybe some of the candy folk will come on over.
Yeah, where's Stevie G when you need him? He'll be over here like Randy
We'll
Johnson.
get to write a blog about this.
What's the run it back set called in Candy?
I have no idea.
Running back.
I don't either. I'm asking. Like I don't.
Oh, I was like, I don't know. I don't do.
Stevie, where are you?
Yeah, Steve. Anyway, extensive candy knowledge and baseball knowledge.
I was like, I don't know. It's not part of Dapper. I'm not part of it.
Touche.
So
Or
when
floaty.
That's
Dapper
fair.
comes out- oh, floaty. I should have worn my floaty hoodie, guys. I missed the
No, you
boat.
got-
I'm surprised that you did.
I mean, I thought it was going to be a bit of a possibly floaty free episode because I know Jake has not gotten to the loans, even though he told me he will. So
I've listed like 600 moments on there.
I know, but there's more we can be doing. I'm going to give you a lesson on loaning.
Bulk listing is the best thing that's ever happened, and TopShot just needs to steal it and put it onto theirs. Because, like, just let me bulk list.
That's a fact.
So
That makes it easy.
If this is a tough question, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to ask anyway. One thing that you would want to see TopShot implement by the end of the season could be a simple thing, or it could be a complicated thing. But one thing.
Okay, couple. Definitely bulk listing, like I just said. That's number one. Like, if I'm trying, like, if I can bulk trade in moments, why can't I bulk list them? Like, that kind of confuses me. Because, like, to me, the coding's right there. Just kind of plop it on over here, change a little thing, and then you're good. And then the other one would be, like, to really, like, I'm unsure because, like, let's be real, the communication hasn't been the greatest. So I don't know exactly what the leaderboard rewards are this year. But I would like more leaderboard rewards. I would like to see somebody who is, like, let's say, the 100th on the Raptors leaderboard get a percentage based off of that spot in Dapper every month.
I could get behind that.
So the higher you are on the leaderboard, the more Dapper percentage you would get per month based off of that.
And it encourages people to lock up and it encourages people for marketplace activity. That's it. Dapper, hire this man.
They had their chance.
They'll have another. I heard
You hear that, Roham?
Come on, Banana Shake giveaways. Just hire us to run them all day long.
Just run. If there was any, like, kind of giveaway part of their business and they didn't put us in, I would be a little disappointed.
You would be like Oprah, that meme. You get a car. You know,
Maybe that's why they don't, because they wouldn't sell any moments. I'd just be giving them all away for free.
Jake's like, yeah, I gave away half the company today.
There's no packs anymore. I'm just giving you what you want. You want a number one cereal? Sure. You want a number one cereal? Sure.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
Have fun with the product.
Yeah.
At least a leaderboard.
Oh, sorry, Roham. I gave you Yacht away. It was one of my giveaways.
Yeah. Tork's chilling on the yacht.
And it was given away to me. Somehow won that. That's not fixed.
Yeah. No way. But what do you think of those fast break prizes? Courtside tickets.
I like them. It's a lot better than last year. Like, it actually, because last year, like, really fighting for the number one spot, I was like, do I really need to worry about that? But if I hit that number one and I'm getting some tickets out of that, that's amazing. That's an awesome prize.
Which team did you want to see? Would you go to the Raps? Because I wouldn't.
Of course I'd go to the Raptors.
Personally, because I wouldn't.
I know you'd be like OKC or like.
I wouldn't even do OKC. I'm gonna take Dapper for all their money. You're putting me at the Lakers courtside or New York Knicks.
I'm saying
go big or go home. I can go see the Raptors any day of the week. I can go. OKC courtside tickets are reasonable. I looked at those once just for the heck of it. But like Madison Square Garden, you don't like my wrist flick? Madison Square Garden?
It's fine. It's all in the wrist.
Side. Then the Knicks fans and TopShot will be freaking. We'll have a whole moment.
You know what? I might, now that you say Knicks fans, maybe MSG.
Like, why not? I mean, Dapper's like, putting it out there.
I need to see it in person because, like, what's the hype about? And New York fans are going to hate me, but, like, I look at it and I'm like, what's so great about MSG?
That's old.
It's also not square.
It's not?
It's round.
Is it actually? I didn't know that. I don't look at these buildings.
Madison Round Garden is what it should be. MRG.
Well, but then it's just as confusing that you've got the garden in Boston. Like, why is
everything a garden?
Why is everything?
Why did you guys do that? Why did they upper northern east part of the state?
How it was back in
because of Garden Cities.
It was the freaking NBA was founded when there were like 6 teams, and this is why Celtics fans held on to all their championships when they won them all before there were more than 8 teams. It's like, all right, guys, congratulations, got all your.
I mean, if I had Bill Russell, I'd be like pretty happy in my history, but.
Easy when you got Bill Russell when there's all 8. Anyway, we're not going to go down that path. We
can go down that path in another episode. Yeah. NBA history? You want to talk NBA history? Oh, let's go. Like, that'll be a whole other thing, though. Like, we'll literally need, like, 2 hours.
We'll have a 2-parter. Your own series?
3 or 4. You know Ken Burns' baseball documentary? It's going to be like that. 21 hours.
Just with video overlays and Jake narrating, like, certain parts. Yeah, dude, that'd be epic. We can get ready to narrate. Well, ready to edit it. See how.
All right, we got the team. I gotta involve Kenny somehow.
Definitely.
You can pour your beers.
I don't know if I trust him enough for that.
Poor Kenny.
Once he gets back to America, I want to try and fly down and like see how he's doing because like he's been stuck for a while now. I don't know if you guys know about that situation.
Familiar. Shout out Kenny.
I do.
Hey Kenny.
Kenny.
What's up?
One of my favorites.
AKA Kenlin. You're still Kenny. Just so you know.
He's getting us those views over there, though. That's why we're worldwide. It's all because of Kenny.
Mr. Worldwide. He's the new Pitbull.
New Pitbull. I didn't even realize I made that reference, but I like it.
Oh God.
I like hate to wrap this up, but I know 3 ball's gonna get on me, guys. So 3 ball and wrap.
3. I finally got on here. You've been trying so hard, and now you're just gonna push me away like that?
He gives you an hour, but I mean, I'm sure we're gonna be having you back now, Jake. You're gonna become a seasoned vet, am I right?
Now that I'm not a caveman, yes, I would love to be back.
We're proud that you got the internet.
Thank you, Elon.
Means everything to us. Honestly, I had a lot of people thinking Canadians didn't have internet, and I was like, nah, that's just Jake.
No. Remember, you're South Canada. I'm North. It's a different world up here.
Some of us don't have to stand in windows to buy TopShot moments. It's wild.
That was the struggle for so long. I literally would have to stand in my window, sometimes pop the screen out, take my phone outside of the actual house to buy moments.
And then he gives them away to you guys. So
Exactly.
everyone listening, this man put his hand out a window in freezing Canada to give you a moment. That just warms my heart. Anyway, guys, I got to wrap this up.
All right.
Parting thoughts. I know Thanksgiving's around the corner. I mean, we're Canadian, but maybe we can say what we're thankful for. Jake, I'm going to put you on the spot. What are you thankful for? Anything in life?
Friends, family, and basketball. Let's be real.
Can't blame you. I
Nope.
see the Leafs didn't make the cut.
The what?
The Leafs didn't make your cut.
Oh, God, no.
Thankful for?
They're suffering. That's just suffering. I'm not thankful for my suffering.
That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Tork, what are you thankful for?
Thankful for everything. Thankful for Jake finally getting on the damn podcast. Holy shit. Doing the meme. There we go. Let's keep it going. No, man, it's been a blast. I appreciate you guys. I will say Grady Dick for most improved player.
That's what we like to hear. You guys heard it here first.
Fearless prediction on the way out.
Let's go.
That's a good prediction. I like that, actually.
I mean, I'm thankful for Tork's prediction. Friends, family, health. I'm thankful for Jake for making my dreams come true about the Vince Carter game. Best night of my life. I'm just thankful to be on here with you guys. I'm thankful to have my TopShot friends, my community, and I'm thankful for episode 77 of the Collectin Connected pod. Thank you guys for joining. Peace out. We had awesome hosts, awesome guests, good vibes. You know the deal. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching us. Like and subscribe on YouTube. And if you got a minute, check out our merch store at Shop Collectin and Connected. Thanks, everyone. See you next Tuesday.